In about March, we received the Department of Energy report that was the air monitoring report from 2017 that showed the neptunium. Began almost immediately discussing with the Department of Energy and trying to figure out what the best course of action would be moving forward. Quite honestly, out of an abundance of caution, we thought it would be best to go ahead and cancel school and in this building and have the additional testing done. We want the actual data, we want the hard data, and we want to know that our students and staff are safe. You know, you're dealing with people's most precious commodity, their children, and they deserve straight answers and they deserve the truth.
It's all too close to home. We've all grown up in this community. I went to Zahn's Corner Middle School, my children did, my siblings did, my mother, my aunt, two of my uncles have died of cancer. We live within just a few miles of the plant, and now these chemicals are in the air that we can breathe in. It's in our water systems. The parents are scared. They're concerned about taking their kids and get them tested for cancers or anything else that could affect their children. They're not listening to our concerns. I think the school did well by canceling school at Zahn's Corner. I support them for that. Both of my daughters attended Zahn's Corner Middle School. We were not aware of these chemicals there at the time. This could come back and affect them later in life. It's just a matter of getting tests done to find out if they're affected. Within the last 10 to 15 years, we've had 5 to 6 students pass away of cancer that attended Zahn's Corner Middle School. Who's responsible? I feel that living this close to the plant, and we know the chemicals are now in the air that our students and staff is breathing it, I think they could be tied together. It's too much of a coincidence. These dump cells, place them somewhere out west where they've already know that they can go where it's drier, that it's not going to get in our water systems, it's not going to affect any more of our children or our adults for that matter.
My name is Elizabeth Lamerson, born and raised in Pike County. I actually went to this school for K through 6th grade. And I am an environmental scientist, and I collected the samples for the independent study that was conducted. It showed enriched uranium above background inside of Zahn's Corner Middle School. It also showed enriched uranium in every resident's home that I collected a sample from. So enriched uranium would not be naturally occurring, obviously, because that's a process that calls that to be enriched. Also, neptunium is not naturally occurring other than what's found in fallout. I've sent many emails to the Department of Energy, and I have received 0 response as far as answering any questions. They're not doing what's best for the community. They basically do not communicate. I think the school took the actions that they needed to take to do the right thing to protect the students, because there's no instructions on what we're doing here. So I think they did all that they could with the information given.
I just believe that the cause of this is the on-site waste disposal cell, and I think DOE should change direction. We've been fighting that from the very beginning. You want to think, when I give up my child to a school, that everything's good. That's implied that we're going to protect your child for this time. We're going to pick them up at your home safely, and we're going to drop them back off that evening. This is a middle school, so you got kids going out at recess and playing, So at some point you got to say, whether this third-party assessment or not shows that this DOE was responsible and it comes from the on-site waste disposal cell, this stuff is in the school. So how do you send the kids back there if it's not remediated? You got to understand something. They've closed school down. They actually closed school down, and there are 350 kids not going to school now because of what was found at their school. That's not right. That's not right. And DOE needs to step up to the plate and say, we're going to do what we can do to fix this.